Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a faithful trip.
It is a beat-up but a faithful crew that sails the balmy waters of Florida tonight as the North Stars head into another Norris Division tilt. It's the Stars of the Tampa Bay Lightning. It's a tale of our castaways, and 2 castaways they are.
3-hour tour.
Minnesota North Stars hockey is brought to you by Coca-Cola Classic, the official soft drink of the NHL and the Minnesota North Stars. You can't beat the real thing. And by Champion Auto Stores and Crown Auto Service Centers, where you can do it yourself or we'll do it for you. And by Toyota and your local Toyota dealers. I love what you do for me, Toyota. And by Mystic Lake Casino with slots, blackjack, high-stakes pull tabs, bingo, and restaurants located just south of Valley Fair. And by Old Milwaukee and Old Milwaukee Light. It doesn't get any better than this. And by the Mall of America. There's a place for fun in your life, Mall of America.
I don't know, maybe there's just something about us pasty-faced Minnesotans when we come down to Florida in January, where the weather is warm, the water is too, the air is smooth and balmy, and it's just nice. Well, I don't know. Welcome to Tampa. This really is hockey. Good evening from the Expo Hall on the grounds of the Florida State Fair in Tampa. This is Doug McLeod. It's the North Stars and the Tampa Bay Lightning. It's sometimes a little hard to concentrate on Norris Division hockey because, well, the people singing Sailing Along on Moonlight Bay out there tend to get in the way. It looks like, I can't be. Could you people please hold it down? I'm trying to talk about hockey. This is an important game here tonight because the North Stars are hurting. They come in after a tie. The Lightning ended a losing streak. I can't stand it. Skipper, Gilligan, Al Shaver, Ralph Strangis.
Well, I feel like I'm right out of Gilligan's Island now, Ralphie.
Yes.
I hope there's no game in this slough.
Me neither. Are we on the air yet?
We're on the air, Ralph.
No.
Wave to the folks on shore.
How's everybody doing?
Out, he's just waiting there to see this thing over. If he can get good hee-haw. Well, I've never gone to a hockey game like this before, buddy.
Well, this is what happens when you come down to Tampa. They have very different means of getting you to a hockey game, but once you're there, and you're there to enjoy it.
Well, this is Tampa Fairgrounds, and that's why we have things like this right next to a hockey rink. It's right over here. The Expo Hall, where the North Stars are going to be the Bay Lightning very shortly. Tampa looking for its first win ever against the North Stars. They're 0-4 against them, but they broke a sustained losing streak last night with a big 5-1 win.
It's the first time since we're in town, Tampa Bay Lightning fans were able to see a victory at the Tampa State Fairgrounds. And the Lightning have beaten everybody else in the North Division, but they can't beat the North Stars. The North Stars need the 2 points to keep pace with Detroit, Toronto, and Chicago.
Dougie Baralt tonight to replace the injured Todd Ellick. And Todd, if you're watching tonight, we feel for you. The pain was all yours, the suffering was all yours, but I just want to tell you, buddy, everybody in that rink yesterday felt that one when you took it, and we wish you a speedy recovery, and it'll be good to see you back out there.
Let's do it. Let's have a hockey game tonight, and good luck, Todd.
Okay, we'll be back with more hockey action from Tampa in just a moment, Big Swan.
But first mate and his skipper too will do their very best to make.
For tonight's tilt here in the Expo Hall. The linesmen are Wayne Bonney and Ray Scapanello. The supervisor of officials, Wally Harris, and the referee with the orange armbands is Lance Roberts. And now to the goaltenders for Minnesota, John Casey, record 18-11-3, 2 shutouts, goals against 3.16, save percentage 888. And for Tampa Bay, it'll be Pat Jablonski, record 8-13-2, 1 shutout, goals against 3.78, save percentage 880. Tonight's starting goalies have been brought to you by Upper Deck. Nobody does it like Upper Deck.
North Stars have not lost to the Tampa Bay Lightning this year in 4 meetings. 2-1 at the Met in October, 4-1 here in November, 6-4 at the Met in January, 4-2 here 5 days ago.
Madonna and DeMaio on the face-off, back in the Tampa zone. Bergevin feeds it left,
And DePuma, just called up from the International League farm team in Atlanta, cleared it out, but it's brought in now, and this is Gavin. His shot off to the right, and DeMaio plays it back to the net. Gavin is there. To Gavin, trying to get away from Bergevin. Back to Ludwig. His pass picked off by DeMaio. The center for Zamaner. He gives it away to Ludwig. A bank, and this is Gavin. Dumping it in, then heading for the bench for the first Minnesota change. DePuma swinging out wide, clearing it ahead. Not out, still in the zone, and Churla trying to get loose is tied up and fell. DeMaio fanned on his first pass, but makes good to Bureau on the second. Back for DeMaio. By Baralt, there's going to be a penalty on the North Stars. Casey directs the shot away to the right corner, and they've got a high sticking penalty, and the North Stars will be the first team to play shorthanded in the hockey game.
Bob Gainey just called Doug Baralt up because of the emergency situation with his forwards. Todd Ellick went down yesterday. Bobby Smith took an accidental high stick from Dave Gagne the other night. Neither of them are on the trip. Baralt comes in and gets that stick up high on DeMaio, and so he will go for 2 minutes, giving the Lightning, who went 0 for 9 last night in their 5-1 victory over the San Jose Sharks on the power play, and a power play that has struggled, Al. They're just 8% in their last 7 games.
Against the North Stars on the power play, they are 3 for 20, 15%. And their goals have been scored on the power play by two former North Stars, Basil McRae and Steve Malte, and also Contos has the other one. Chris Contos from the faceoff, trying to get it to Malte in the corner, but Creighton loses it, still in the zone, poked at by Beers. It deflects up high and winds up going out of play. The North Stars in the first 4 games of this series took 23 penalties for 57 minutes, 21 of the minors, 1 major to Churla, who also got a game misconduct. Tampa Bay in the first 4 games, 18 penalties for 36 minutes, all minors. North Star power play against Tampa Bay has not been good, 1 for 16, 6.2%. The goal scorer was Bobby Smith. So Minnesota's penalty killing against Tampa is 85%. The Lightning's against Minnesota, almost 94%. There have not been any shorthanded goals in the first 4 games by either team. Broughton against DeMaio. Back to the point to Beer, to Ramage. Lays it around behind. They work it around on the power play. DeMaio into the corner. Now back to DeMaio. Out to Beers, to Ramage. His shot hits Duchesne. Goes rink wide, DeMaio. Now broken up on a good effort by Jimmy Johnson, who clears it down the ice. Penalty time down to 1:10. Here comes Hammer. And around Gavin. Dumps it in. This is Matvichuk. And the rookie clears it down. Jablonski stick handling around behind. Now passing off to Ramage. Banks it out off the boards, and it's picked up at center by Malte. To Ramage. Cutting it off, and again it's cleared from behind by Matvichuk. This young man is playing with an awful lot of poise. Belies his age. And the puck comes loose in the North Star zone, and it's lobbed down the ice by Gavin. 15 seconds in the penalty on Baralt. Here's Creighton. And again, the North Stars make good on the clear. Bergevin. And Baralt comes on. Runs into Malte, knocking the puck loose. Baralt recovers. Clears it up the wing. It got by Duchesne, and Beers takes over on the Tampa side of center. Pulls it in. It goes wide right off the traffic. Gagne back to clear. Zamaner dropping it back to his blue line. Hammerlick's pass hit the boards and never got to Bergevin. Loose now. This is Duchesne. And it came out apparently before Ciccone could get to it on the change. And when he played it back in, the offside is called against Minnesota.
Dave Gagne had a goal and an assist the other night against the Ottawa Senators. David put a streak together of 7 goals in 7 games. He now has 18 for the North Stars, 25 assists, 43 points, and he's creeping up in the point department. He's now the 3rd leading scorer and getting back to where he believes he should be among the team leaders in scoring. And Gagne has certainly taken his place back among that group.
With Bobby Smith injured and Todd Ellick injured and Darian Hatcher injured and Mark Tenorti injured, the North Stars missing some key players, but so is Tampa Bay. They're missing Brian Bradley, Doug Crossman, and Sean Chambers tonight. Now this is Michael Anderson. Ciccone staples him, and Gagne takes over. Too far for McPhee. Bergevin puts it to Tucker. Tucker's pass off Anderson's skate. It's brought in now by Cole. Danton Cole falling. Kept in by Bergevin. Bounces one into the corner. And Cole goes down. Ciccone digging, but it comes back to Anderson, and his shot around behind the net, cleared left and driven off the boards and down the ice by McPhee. Michael Anderson. Just call him Mike. One of those Andersons with 2 S's. Now Johnson playing it back in from center. Modano after, but the Puma is there first. Chris LaPuma. Broken up in the zone by Craig. Modano couldn't get it as LaPuma took him out. And Zaminer starts it back to DeMaio. Neo Mayo, here comes DeMaio, and Casey saved. Centering attempt blocked. Casey still down with Zaminer, and back comes Gavin. Drop pass, Craig, the shot up high, off Jablonski, and there goes the net as Craig crashes into it. And we will have a stoppage while they put the net back in place. There is no score in the hockey game. From Tampa, this is North Stars Hockey.
9:51-51. If you're a hockey mom, you cringe when you see something like this. Mike Craig crashing into the right post, but a good chance for the Stars.
Courtnall to Broughton. Tried to put it in front. Ramage breaks it up and starts the play back. Hartman putting it on out to center. Condos turns back and then fires it in off the boards. Ludwig runs into Hartman. Clears left. Deschaines relay. Kept in by Condos. Now it's out to center. Paglianetti. Long shot. Casey steers it away, but that was offside, and they'll bring it back out into the neutral zone for the faceoff. Dave Gagne looking for 1 assist tonight. That will be his 200th in his career as a North Star. So we wish David Gagne success in attaining that milestone in his career with Minnesota.
Also coming up on 400 points, is he?
Yes, yes, and getting close to that too.
He's just a handful away from that terrific milestone.
Broughton and Tucker, and it's fed now to Ciccone, who plays it ahead. Tucker breaks it up. His pass got by Malte. Casey, oops, lost it. Oops, oops, whoop. Malte behind. Oops. Steered behind by Casey. Cleared right by Ciccone. Picked up by Courtnall. To Deschaines. Ramage takes a swipe at it, but it's kept in at the line by Ciccone. Now cleared. And coming back is Barry. Clears it away from Malte, and Ciccone has it. Up to Broughton.
North Stars groups have more fun. Upcoming games mean huge savings for you and your groups. Bring the Al Shaver Fan Club. Bring the Tom Meehan. Bring whoever you want. 853-9333. The number to call, and you'll enjoy huge group savings. The teacher and the pupil, Bob Gainey, giving some instruction to Enrico Ciccone. Also a recent call up from Kalamazoo. We also want to send our best to Todd Ellick, who is, Al, as we talked about, at home today recovering from a slap shot that he took in the game yesterday against the Vancouver Canucks, requiring 48 stitches on his forehead, and we understand that today he's doing much better, and so we send our best to both Todd and Ellick.
Everybody in the building heard it. and I think maybe a lot of them even felt a little bit.
Yeah.
Boy, that was a stinger, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Now from the faceoff to the boards. Dolan being jammed from behind and forced to fall. Beers checking him, has lost his stick. Dolan back of the net. A lot of moves. In and out. Puts it in front. Right in the crease. And Jablonski drops on it to cover up. Jablonski this season has played in only one game against Minnesota, and he played only 24 minutes and 50 seconds, in which he gave up 4 goals on 19 shots before being replaced by Wendell Young. That was the second meeting of the season between the two teams down here. So with such few playing minutes and 4 goals against, Jablonski's goals against average against Minnesota is 9.60 and his save percentage is .789. The 4 goals they got on him included 3 at even strength, 1 on a power play. Now Bergevin chased back into the corner by Dolan, feeds it up the wing, and it's relayed out by Mark Bureau. This is Churla. Churla to Dolan, trying to get by the rookie LaPuma. Forced back of the net. A lot of moves, this man. He works that puck real hard. Look at this, trying to center it, hit the side of the net. After it again, but it's cleared away on the right side and fed out to center by Casper. It comes back in the North Star zone. Mishandled for a moment there, but recovered by Johnson. Back he comes. Drop pass, but he put it back outside the zone. And when Baralt picked it up and brought it in, it was offside.
Dougie Baralt up today for his first game with the North Stars after being called from Kalamazoo, and he was out there with Ulfi Dolan and Shane Churla, and people who play with Ulfi pretty much know what he's going to do back behind the end boards. He's going to come out to the net, and it looked as if Baralt didn't really know that he was going to do that, and they sort of got crossed up in front. Now Jimmy Johnson, knowing of course that Mark Tenorti is out and also having good ability to come up with the play, decides to start the rush, but it was just offsides.
McPhee dropping it back to Barry, who slams it in and winds it around. Platt running into Hammerlick. Now the puck pursued by Creighton. He's checked by Gagne. Passes off. McPhee the shot, and the save by Jablonski. Gagne trying to get that 200th assist early by setting up Michael McPhee. Let's have a look at it again.
Good setup play by Gagne. He's able to squeeze the puck out to McPhee. Uncovered. McPhee turns and fires on Jablonski. Good quick shot. Jablonski quick to react. Michael McPhee, they call him Spud. Former Montreal Canadien, former teammate of Russ Courtnall, and now they're teammates again.
He's one of those Maritimers.
Yeah.
Well, they're all Spuds from down there. Malte loses it to Spud. To Barry. Now to Gagne, puts it in deep, but it was offside when it reached Gagne. And we're going to pause for a moment before we resume play. We'll tell you the score is 0-0. Nobody leading, nobody trailing. Everybody's happy.
Yeah.
We'll be back in a moment. This is North Stars Hockey.
February 7th at Richfield Ice Arena, 66th in Portland. Always a good cause.
There's no score as Ludwig puts it in deep. Back of the net recovered by the North Stars. Gavin to Craig, knocked off his stick. Madonna tried to come behind. DeMaio squeezes him out, and Ramage feeds it up to Bureau, who fires it in. Zaminer going after it with DeMaio. Up there to block them off is Ludwig. Now Zaminer gets it, puts it in front, but is picked up by Michael Craig. It's Gavin who steers it in, but he can't get around Taglianetti, and Ramage brings it around behind. It'll go all the way, and the race is on. Ciccone and Zaminer, and Ciccone got the stick on it first. That's icing. Face-off back in the Tampa Bay zone. Time remaining 11:07 in a scoreless first period, in which the shots favor Minnesota 4-3.
Good hustle, good strong play by Ciccone, using his body to shield Zaminer from the puck, and then making the touch for the ice. On the other end, Enrico Pasquale Ciccone. Could you be any more Italian than that?
Yeah, I can feel it to meet the balls in the name.
His mother, when we were up in Montreal, brought us a little pasta dish and some dessert.
I still say he looks like the late heavyweight champion Primo Carnera.
Well, he can sure use his mitts like Primo when they need him.
Casper and Broughton. And saved by Jablonski. You know, those sticks are awfully dangerous things, as we've found out in recent games. Bobby Smith catching Gagne's stick on the mouth in the Ottawa game. Lost 8 upper teeth, a couple of lowers. They tell me that they were digging bits of fiberglass and wood out of his mouth area as a result of catching that stick, and there was actually a piece out of the stick. I'll tell you.
Wow.
It's a tough game. Puck is cleared by Tampa Bay. Ciccone. That's Courtnall taking. Pursued by Casper. The feed to Broughton. Returns to Courtnall. Left circle. Closing. Shot saved. And penalty on the play. And it's going to go to the man just called up. Let's have a shot of this young fella. His name is Chris Lipuma, spelled L-I-P-U-M-A. It's like the animal with a L-I in front of it. He's a 21-year-old native of, pardon me, that is, yeah, that's him. He's 21-year-old native of Chicago, who played in 42 games with Tampa's Atlanta farm team in the International League this season, where he had 2 goals, 10 assists, 12 points, a +17. He's 6 feet, 185 pounds, 218 penalty minutes, so he plays it tough. And this is his first NHL game ever. And there's Chris Lipuma in action, putting the North Stars on the power play as Courtnall takes that one.
Well, Al, you asked for a shot of him. I'll bet Russ Courtnall would like a shot at him after that little whack of the stick. Courtnall on a beautiful give and go from Neil Broughton. Russ Courtnall says of his teammate centerman Neil Broughton, he's just playing so well, it's unbelievable. He can't believe he gets the passes that he gets from Bratz, who might be playing the best hockey of his career this year.
You know, he's now a +18, the highest on the team. I would say that if there's an honor in the NHL for comeback player of the year, he's a leading candidate, certainly on the North Stars. Now Madonna tripped at center as he went after that pass. No call on that one. And back of the net, Craig got taken down, and the puck cleared out of the zone. And everybody having a look at Mr. Roberts to see if he's lost his whistle or just swallowed it. Now the puck is cleared to the line. Madonna keeps it in to Gagne. Save. Jablonski. Taglianetti took him out. Centered by Dolan. In comes Madonna, keeping it in the zone against Bureau. Back of the net. Recovered by Gagne. Slips it in front. It's in the skates. And diving, Jablonski's got it covered at the left side of the crease. And his own man, Beers, falls over top of him and lands in the net.
Mike Craig can't believe it. Mike Madonna can't believe it. I mean, as this guy went to the same school that Kerry Fraser must have from yesterday. Fraser had all kinds of problems in the game yesterday against the North Stars, and North Stars on the ice appear to be frustrated at Lance Roberts' lack of calling some earlier penalties, but the North Stars are able to put some heat, consistent heat on for the first time. Gagne all alone, wham. Jablonski is out on the front of his crease to challenge him. Then Mike Craig comes in, so does Dolan. Stars get a couple of good whacks at it here, but Gagne down on his back. Craig winds up falling over the top of the pile. Ex-North Star Peter Taglianetti in on the play. It's a little rough down there, Al.
Yeah, it sure is. We'll have a face-off to the left of Jablonski. That's Lance Roberts, one of the young officials in the National. Oh, he's got his whistle. Maybe the pee fell out of it or something.
That happens. I've seen that happen.
Now Beers brings it around for Tucker. Shodin. To Courtnall. Quick relay was into the skates of Madonna. Cleared out. Shodin tried to dump it in. Blocked by Casper. He's got Beers trailing. Shot rebounds off Casey, but Madonna right there back checking. Michael Madonna. Turning it back. Here comes Courtnall. Got by Bergevin. Put it in the slot. Churla. Never got a shot off. Brought back to the net by Modano. Out to Matvichuk. Back in deep. Courtnall. Slot to Shodin. Didn't get a good shot off. He tried to go to the backhand, and it's blocked and cleared by Bergevin. Courtnall banking it. Perfect pass. Shodin drops it off. Here's Courtnall again. Anderson missed him. Madonna with the shot. Rebound. Sherla. Checked by Anderson. Now back the net. Bergevin cranks it around. Penalty has expired as it's played back in from center ice by Shodin. Both teams at full strength. This pass goes to Anderson, but off his stick, and now McPhee getting it from Johnson. Puts it on out to center. It bounces around, and Zaminer fed a pass that got by Anderson. Casey around behind. Clears left. Zaminer is there. Takes a hit from McPhee. Played back in deep by Hammerlick. Chased by DeMaio. Johnson there to cover. Clears it ahead. Ramage keeping it in, and we got a little roughing going on. Ramage is going to take a penalty as it's played into the zone by Klatt, and then he bumps Ramage, knocking him down. Klatt is going to be called. Minnesota's going on the power play because Ramage punched. That's roughing. He's gone.
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
We'll be back.
Yeah.
This is North Stars Hockey.
It was the busiest day he's had as a trainer. We'll talk about that in a minute.
48 stitches. He was out on the ice, I don't know how many times yesterday. This Shodin, high off the glass. In comes Modano off the left point. Got tangled up, and he falls there along with Bureau. Gagne to Shodin. Shot blocked. Now Craig picking it up, giving it to Gagne. Out to Shodin to Modano. High slot. Ooh, that one hurt. It hit Bureau, but it's recovered by Casper. Dumps it in. Brian Bradley, the leading scorer for Tampa Bay, out with a shoulder injury, and Sean Chambers, the ex-North Star, is having trouble with that knee of his that he originally injured in the drive to the Stanley Cup Finals with the North Stars 2 years ago. He was traded to Washington, missed most of the season because of it, and it still bothers him from time to time. We got an offside and a face-off outside the Tampa zone.
Soupy helped Sean Chambers through that one, and also yesterday he said it was his busiest day. Al, it began with one of Craig Ludwig's young sons taking a spill by the dressing room and having to get a couple of stitches before the game. Todd Ellick, of course, got stitched up. Trent Klatt got 8 stitches to the eye. Gaetan Duchesne twisted his knee. Darcy Wakaluk insisted that Soupy was the guy to hand him his water bottle before the overtime, so Soupy had to leave what he was doing. It was a crazy afternoon. He said it was the busiest, but the North Stars medical staff right on top of things, and boy, were they quick and attentive yesterday. Soupy put in quite a hard day's work with all those people. Now he's looking like maybe he's got to hop the boards and help somebody else out up there.
Somebody just got a puck up there, and I think they caught it, judging from the reaction. A round of applause. Yeah, you can see that. That's Trent Klatt. You can get a shot of his right eye. Turn around, will you?
Trent, turn your head.
Look the other way,
Trent,
please.
look toward
Trent.
Trent, look toward the.
Come on, Trent. Look left.
Well,
there's a pretty girl on your left, Trent.
Yeah.
You're not going to distract him.
He's got 8 stitches over his right eye, and all this was happening at once. Dr. John Schaefer, the North Stars stitch man yesterday, really with tremendous work, especially on the Ellick situation. Soupy was telling me about it, and I don't want to tell you all the details, but Doc Schaefer, one of the best in the business.
From the face-off, the puck is cleared by Bureau. Tommy Shodin. His pass. Cole broke that play up as he ran into Gagne. Now Shodin will try it again. 45 seconds left in Ramage's penalty as it's played in. And we got icing. It was fired from the Minnesota side of the center line, and Peter Taglianetti got back to touch it first. He was picked from Pittsburgh in the 1992 expansion draft. Peter Taglianetti. That meant the Penguins were the first team to lose the maximum of 2 players in that expansion draft last June. They also lost goaltender Wendell Young, also to Tampa Bay earlier. So Pittsburgh was the first to lose 2 players in the expansion, and that seems appropriate in view of the fact that they are the Stanley Cup champions. Tucker and Madano. Shodin. No score. Casey just looked in. Stars lead in shots 7-4. On their second power play, Tampa Bay's had one. Madano after it. Drops it back to Courtnall. And his pass broken up by Tucker. He was trying to get it back to Shodin, but Tucker blocked it and was able to recover and cleared. Now Shodin to Madano. Tried to get it to Courtnall, but it's steered out by Beers. Brought in by Churla. And he runs into a Tampa Bay player, and they both go down. DeMaio winding up on the bottom of the heap. The puck is cleared. Ramage is on. No damage done. Matvechuk plays it by Zamaner. Courtnall missed it. Has to circle back to recover. Off wing. Bumped by Zamaner. Recovered by Churla. Had a whap at it. Beers deflected it, and this is Malte. Delayed penalty to Minnesota. Bureau. Long, easy shot, and swept away to the right by Casey. And now a stoppage. And the delayed penalty is called, and we've got Matvechuk and Bureau yapping at each other. And the penalty is on Matvechuk. Apparently Bureau wanted to even it up.
Or Matvechuk tried to entice him into evening it up. Churla is on his way to the penalty box. Shane Churla does everything one way: hard, fast, furious, and tough. And he went into the corner and apparently got the stick up a little bit too high.
Matty have a guilty conscience there, but
Yeah,
like
maybe.
was going in the penalty box. Churla getting the penalty. High sticking. 14:38. Coming into this game here tonight, the North Stars were taking a penalty average of 22.5 minutes a game. Tampa Bay 21.5. So about a minute's different. And right now they're even. North Stars serving their second penalty. Tampa Bay has already done that. Beers to Zamaner. Back to the net. Casey chopping at it, and now Duchesne picking it up in the corner. But we have a whistle on a hand pass back of the net. They're going to call a face-off outside the zone.
Chris Kanos is wondering why that whistle was blown. Casey goes back, and then there's a collision as Kanos could have even maybe been called for interference in John Casey's path to get back to his net, but face-off just outside North Stars blue line.
Face-off, Creighton gets it to Ramage, to Beers, fires it in. Casey out behind, brings it up to Duchesne. He tried to relay it, but it hit the defenseman at the point. Beers is kept in. Now Johnson giving it to Duchesne, who rink-wides it, and Ramage is back for it. Broughton peels off in front. Creighton takes it over. Adam Creighton runs into Broughton and then to Ludwig. Dumps it in. Zamaner ties up Johnson. Creighton fishes it loose. Off the boards to Beers. Lost it. Broughton tips it out. A race for it. Broughton there first. Over to Duchesne. Duchesne the shot. And it went off the outside of the net to the right. Now Creighton getting it from Ramage and sailing for it. To Zamaner. Plays it in, but right onto Gavin's stick, and he hoists it all the way down the ice. 50 seconds remaining in Churla's penalty tie. Shane Churla, the North Stars penalty leader. This brings him up to 157 minutes for the season. Now Gavin breaks it up at center, clears it down. No score. First period. DeMaio drops it off for Beers. Casey trying to clear it, but DeMaio picks it off. Drops it to Bureau, out to Beers, across to Hammerlick. Kept it in against Gavin. Paid the price to do it to DeMaio. Back to Hammerlick. And that one goes out of play off the traffic in the slot. And the penalty time down to 10 seconds on Shane Churla.
Roman Hammerlick, the first overall choice this year's draft, taken by the Tampa Bay Lightning from Czechoslovakia. Neil Broughton, on the other end of the ice had a terrific chance, and it's just hustle by Broughton, who tipped the puck, hustled after it, then knows that he's got help from the Duke coming up the slot. Beautiful behind the back pass. The Duke fires with Neal going back to try and distract Jablonski or get a piece of that puck. That's a terrific rush.
With Ramage covering there, he didn't have much to shoot at. He had to go to that side of the net. If he tried to go to the other side, the open side, the shot would have hit Ramage. Not to be confused with Fromage.
Robert
Nothing
George.
cheesy about Ramage.
No, Ramage, who began his career with the Colorado Rockies.
Yes, he did.
Long time ago. Lots of stops in between, including a cup of coffee and a Stanley Cup in Calgary.
Who were formerly the Kansas City Scouts. Casper. Pass got by Cole. Churla's on. Both teams 0 for 2 on the power play. Churla passing off to Duchesne, who plays it in. Had his progress impeded by Bergevin. A penalty has been called on Bergevin, and they're calling him for holding on the play. And the North Stars go back on the power play. The third Tampa Bay penalty for 6 minutes. Coming into this game, the North Star power play 47 for 257, 18.2%. And Tampa Bay's penalty killing 76.8%. One thing the Lightning have done extremely well this year is outscore their opponents in shorthanded goals. They've got 7 of them, only 4 against them.
Al, when the Tampa Bay Lightning come to town on Saturday, January 30th, that's this coming Saturday, all fans will receive an Upper Deck commemorative sheet featuring 6 North Stars players. These are really nice. Call 989-5151 as Upper Deck presents commemorative sheet night at Met Center. While you're there, swing on in to the North Stars Star Stuff store. Free brochure is available by calling 853-9333. The Star Stuff stores with stuff like that available at Met Center in the Mall of America.
Those sheets, are they for single beds, double beds, queen size, king size?
Twin bunk.
Yeah. Our producer, Mr. Me, said bunk, and you know, we get a lot of that from you. Bunk.
Yeah, we do. Lots of bunk from him. Nothing good. Just bunk.
3:11 left in the first period to break the tie. 0-0. Casper batting at it, now clearing it. And looking at Lance Roberts, seeking a penalty. A lot of penalty seekers here tonight. Madano brings it in. Pass was blocked, and the clear by Bureau. Godin. Dolan to Gagne. Covered by Taglianetti. Back of the net for Dolan. Out to Chodin. Oh, and that was a wicked shot. Off of the goaltender and to the boards. Now this is Craig. And his shot deflected by Beers. Chodin back to Craig. Now to Madano. Worked it around one-man Cole. Oh! There's one. There's one. Dolphy putting it in on the rebound off that big shot of Madano's. Ulfie Dolan scoring on the power play. He leads the North Stars in that department. That's his 10th of the season for Ulfie Dolan.
Ulfie's 17th overall, Al, and Ulfie needs to get power play goals to get into the flow of a game. They've juggled him around with his line combinations. He hasn't played with anybody regular, but he knows this part of his game, and he's much more able to get into the flow of a hockey game when he's able to get a power play goal and get one early. Madonna, wham! Jablonski kicks it out, and right on the doorstep, an overused phrase, is Ulf Dolan to pound it home.
Madano and Craig get the assists on Dolan's 17th of the season, his 10th on the power play, which, as we pointed out earlier, is tops among the North Stars. And of course, the penalty expires on Bergevin with the goal. 1-0 Minnesota. This goes to Hartman. Here comes old Sid. And Ludwig stand on it, but Duchesne's got it. The Duke on a 3-on-2 to Broughton. Over for Courtnall, too far, and out comes Jablonski to clear it away to the boards. Lobbed down the ice by Condos. Johnson in pursuit. He's pursued by Hartman. Johnson wins. Hartman hits, and this could be trouble. They're having a little talk with Mr. Hartman. Just a grazing check, really. They're calling him, though. Yeah. He's calling for the charge.
Hartman lined him up pretty good and ran him, and he really didn't need to do that, Al. The linesman's arm was up. It was going to be icing. He could have stepped one way or the other, and Lance Roberts is making the call for charging. Took a run at JJ, who stepped out of the way. At the end of the first intermission, Bob Gainey will join us. We'll talk a little bit about how his club is limping along here with all the recent injuries. He'll also get dressed real quickly, put on his Coca-Cola sweatsuit, and we'll have hockey tips featuring Bob Gainey and Willard Eichela, and also tell you about what happened on this date. A versatile person there.
I wish Ike just doesn't look right in that cap. I wish he'd go back to the old houndstooth, the Bear Bryant job.
You're right.
There's the spokesman for cerebral palsy, Mr. Michael Madonna.
And Michael has really taken that charity very seriously. He's the honorary chairman for Starathon, which is a telethon to raise money for cerebral palsy. And Michael has done a variety of things over the last couple of weeks, donated his time, energy, and money to the cause.
North Stars on their fourth power play. They're 1 for 3. Gagne taking the face-off against Steve Kasper. Craig feeding to Chodin. Got a North Star Dolan lying in the net. He digs himself out as the puck is cleared. Chodin starting out. Kasper circling back to get him. Feed goes to Gagne. Now to Dolan. Poked at it. Taglianetti clears it away. Played behind. Beers rings it up the board. Craig racing after it to keep it in against Kasper. For Dolan, the referee Lance Roberts caught in the middle there, but he's all right. He escaped. Now Beers. Beers clears. Casey racing out, almost deflected it toward the net there. This is Chodin. Here comes the speedy Courtnall, angling right. Trying to catch him, Bureau runs into Taglianetti, put it in the slot. Beers blocks, recovers, clears, but not out. Courtnall kept it in. Passing off to Churla, back to Madonna. To Chodin, one-times it. Oh, just wide. There was a man there, Matvichuk, but he couldn't make contact to redirect. Madonna faked it. And Chodin's shot blocked by Courtnall. Finally cleared out. Euro went after it, but Matvichuk is there to cover. And the horn ends it. That's all for one here in the Expo Hall on the Tampa State Fairgrounds. And after one, the North Stars lead the Tampa Bay Lightning by a score of 1-0. And we'll be back with more from Tampa in just a moment. This is North Stars Hockey.
And Canada crew must have loved that one last night. And Toronto is a tough building and a tough club for the North Stars, who won last time they were in that building 5-1. Pat Jablonski looking to try and do something that no Lightning goaltender has done this year, and that's beat the Minnesota North Stars. He's got the speed for it, Al. His mother was a figure skating coach and taught him power skating as a child. He was able to outleg his childhood playmates even with full goaltender gear on. And that power skating has served him well and gotten him to the big time.
Mr. Gainey behind the Minnesota bench, taking stock of the situation here and discussing it with Mr. Jarvis, his former Montreal Canadian compatriot. Now together again, Rick Wilson, the other North Star coach, is also ex-Montreal, and there's the man with the only goal of the game thus far, his 10th power play goal, 18th goal overall, Ulf Dolan.
Doesn't mind getting more than one a game either. At 1 goal for Ulf, he's a good sign that 2 or 3 might come. He had the first North Stars hat trick of the season against the Pittsburgh Penguins, and the Stars win at the Igloo earlier this month. And
There's the crispy one, Terry Crisp. Look at that necktie he's got on, Ralph. My
Oh,
gosh.
yeah.
Looks like it came right out of the... What is it? Is that hockey players he's got on there? It looks like, yeah, he stole that out of a cathedral. A stained glass window.
He has really done a marvelous job inspiring his troops. You see the energy behind the bench. I mean, this is 50 games into the season. His club is really a long way from making a playoff spot, but he still carries the same enthusiasm going into this second period as he had when they began play back in October.
16 teams in the National Hockey League out of 24 are over 500 right now. Now that tells you what parity is, huh?
Yeah.
16 of 24, well over 50%. Now Dolan on the power play. Jodine to Madonna. Passing to Dolan, wraparound, goes rink wide. Matt Tkachuk to Courtnall, checked by Beers. Kicks at the puck. Now got it on the stick out to Jodine, high slot. And a little trouble with control. Gives it to Matt Tkachuk to Courtnall. Oof. Right on. Save made, covering up is Jablonski. Hartman comes out of the penalty box. And the Tampa Bay Lightning are at full strength.
He's hot. 9 goals, 2 assists, 11 points in his last 8 games. You can wear Russ Courtnall's name and number on your head with a Courtnall hat night coming up on Tuesday, February 9th against the Washington Caps. It should be called Cap Night if the Caps are in town. The first 4,000 fans will get those very smart Russ Courtnall hats. 853-9333, the number as always to call. There's Russ.
Gagne and DeMaio on the faceoff here. 37 seconds into the second period. Johnson blockered away. To Zaminer, taken out by Johnson, who falls. Zaminer after it again, and his pass goes rink wide. Bergevin keeping it in. Plays it in deep. And Ludwig got it away from the man in the corner. Mark Bureau fed to center. This is Platt. Across to McPhee. Back in front, and it was deflected behind Platt. And now Zaminer steering it. Gagne fires it back in. The Puma. The Mountain Lion. Is that the same thing as a Puma?
Yes.
Or a shoe? Puma shoes in there?
Yes.
Yeah, you're agreeable tonight.
Shoes and mountain. Listen, if you say so, then that's it. I've always said that. Al, if you say so, then that's it. That's fine with me. Trent Klatt got his first NHL goal in this building on Tuesday night. He has 2 goals, 6 assists, and 8 points. He's a +4. He took that stick in that right eye yesterday. 8 stitches.
See, not even those shields will help you. The stick comes up underneath the shield there, and it caught him right in the corner of the eye. Nasty looking thing, isn't it? I don't mean Trent. I mean the cut. This is Hammerlick. Roman Hammerlick. Hammerlik. Hammerlock with an I instead of an O. Hammerlick clearing it away from Courtnall. At center ice, Tucker slipping it to Mikael Anderson, the Swede. Back to Tucker. The shot, blocker save. Tucker behind. Anderson to Ramage. Off Tucker, trying to redirect. Cleared up the wing. Courtnall, a quick tip to Duchesne, right on the money. He banks it ahead, and Anderson back to retrieve. Changed by the North Stars. To Hammerlick. Anderson runs into Gavin. Ramage steers it out. Johnson plays it back in. Hammerlick keeping it away from Courtnall. Now Gavin goes after him. Around behind to Ramage. Up the wing to Malte. The Falcon gives it to Tucker, who dumps it in as he's bumped by Gavin. Out comes Casey. Ed Manning to Craig. To Ludwig. High pass. And this is Taglianetti. The Beers. Pass off the stick. Comes right back to Ramage. Over to Ludwig. Sidesteps a check from Hartman, then fell. Getting out of the way. Oh, this is trouble. A shot to score. Hartman. Nice setup in the slot area. as the puck was fed quickly out in front by Condos, and we got a tie hockey game. It's all even at 1.
Tampa Bay Lightning won for the first time last night since December 20th. The fans here expect another one. The North Stars can't get the puck out of the zone. They expect to get it out of the zone, so Lightning players are in deep and behind the North Stars defense. Little tip to Canos out in front, Hartman bang. And he's able to beat John Casey. The 8th shot on goal for the Tampa Bay Lightning through a period in 3 minutes. And it's Hartman's goal that makes it even at 1.
Condos and Creighton both get assists on Hartman's 4th. An even strength goal to tie it at 1. Now the puck played back into the Tampa zone. This is the rookie LaPuma. Around on the left, Hartman steers it on out of the zone. Barrault played it ahead, but LaPuma, long shot, blocked and swept away to the left by Casey. Ciccone up the wing. Gollin tried to steer it out, kept in, but now it is cleared by Ciccone, and we'll have a face-off in the Minnesota zone as the puck goes out of play.
This program is authorized under television rights granted by the Minnesota North Stars Hockey Club, Inc., solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Minnesota North Stars Hockey Club is prohibited.
Got a young man from the Twin Cities, been down here since the first game earlier this week. It's the second time the Stars and Lightning have met here. Scott Olson was down for the first game, and he's stayed down here. Wants us to say hi to his folks watching at home in Maple Grove. To Peter and the crew at Met Center as well. Having fun. Beach is hot. North Stars back on the attack. A rink-wide pass is out of Ludwig's reach. And it comes off the boards right back to Casey, who gives it to Johnson. Bureau peels off in front. Now the feed goes to McPhee. Ran into Hammerlick, who knocked it off his stick. It's cleared around behind by Jablonski. And Bureau rink-wides it off the boards. Cole firing it in. Bureau after it, and he fanned on it. And it's still in the zone. Johnson poked at it, but it's kept in the zone, and now McPhee knocked down DeMaio with a check that hit him from behind, and back comes Gagne with a long shot that goes wide right. Anderson to Hammerlick, to Ramage. His pass off Duchesne's stick, and now it's fed to center. Malte taken out by Matvechuk. Broughton plays it ahead. Duchesne got it away from Anderson, but loses to Hammerlick. Now back for Duchesne, around behind to Courtnall, and it glanced off his stick, and here comes Hammerlick. And Malte is in offside, and the faceoff will come back in the neutral zone. The score is tied 1-1, 14:55 remaining in the second period at the Expo Hall. And this is North Stars hockey. Coors Extra Gold. No doubt about it. Beer is back. The puck is in the Minnesota zone. Madonna banking it around behind. Gavin pursues, but it's kept in by Beers. Behind the net, Tucker. This pass is partially deflected by Madonna, but kept in by Zaminer. Puts it in the corner. Now this is Anderson to Zaminer. Delayed penalty, Minnesota. A shot and saved by Casey. And when the rebound is picked up by Craig, the delayed penalty is called for holding. And the Tampa Bay Lightning are going to go on the power play for the third time on a holding penalty to Minnesota. And coming to the penalty box will be the holder. And the holder is Enrico Ciccone. Here it is. Let's see if we can find it here.
There's the chance out front. I believe the hold took place prior to that. Fans here in Tampa becoming an educated bunch, Al. They know when to yell and scream, and when they believe a penalty should be called, they have become educated down here. Lots of hockey fans from all over the place. As you know, people come down to live in Florida in the winter from places like New York and Chicago and Minnesota and all over the place, and those are pretty good hockey markets.
So the Lightning 0 for 2 on the power play, getting their third chance. It's tied 1-1. Minnesota has a goal on 15 shots. The Lightning have 1 on 11. Zaminer charging in to keep it in. Runs into Johnson. The puck fed back to the point to Bureau. Cross to Beers. His shot off to Shane. Zaminer in the corner. Checked by Ludwig. Tucker trying to fish it out and does. Plays it back to Zaminer. Up to the point to Beers to Zaminer. Into the corner, DeMaio. Beers. DeMaio. Beers. Wide. Behind the net, DeMaio. DeMaio. And out of it comes Ludwig and gives it to Duchesne. High shot off the glass. North Stars have 7 shorthanded goals this year. 9 against. Now Zaminer firing it in. And it changed course and went wide to the left. Malte around behind. And the centering pass by Condos comes right to Gavin. McPhee breaking on the right. A trailer on the left with Matvechuk, but it's left there. And here comes Condos. Malte's trying to stay onside, but it's brought in offside as Malte was bumped across the line by Matvechuk. Good job by Matvechuk.
Fans here don't like it, but what a nice play. Richard Matvechuk able to knock Maltese off the blue line. Matty a little late getting there, but in the center of your screen, cross-checking Malte down to the ice. Matvechuk will be our guest, Al, at the second intermission. We'll talk with Stars defenseman, a first rounder who had a couple of days down in Kalamazoo, and I think that was enough to tell him he doesn't want to spend a couple more days down in Kalamazoo.
He doesn't like those bugs. No. Now Matvechuk from the faceoff drills it down the ice. 38 seconds left in the Ciccone penalty. This is Rammer. Drops it off. Out comes Creighton, back to Ramage. To Hammerlich. Casey cuts it, clears it. Duchesne has it. In check, can't get it out. Hammerlich kept it in to Malte. Hammerlich, Malte, Hammerlich. Ramage. Save Casey. John Casey making the save on his knees, covering up. The crowd gathers. Words are exchanged.
Rob Ramage learned an interesting trick last year from Stars' then assistant coach Andy Murray. The trick was not to shoot the puck from the point on the ice as he was doing for so often, but to get it up just a couple of inches and try and get the rebound to come off of the pads. That is a better chance, and that's the way the North Stars blue liners are taught. That one's up just high enough for a possible rebound, but John Casey, he knows the trick too, and he covers up on it in front of the net and is able to force the faceoff to his right.
Casey has played in only 3 of the last 9 North Star games. Darcy Wakaluk's been busy in the other 6, but in those 3 that he's played, Casey lost to Chicago 3-1 at Met Center. He beat Calgary 4-3 at Met Center, and he beat Tampa Bay 4-2 here in the Expo Hall back on the 19th of January. Big Adam Creighton drills it in, and out of the penalty box comes Ciccone. And we're going to have a penalty on the North Stars again as we have Malte being jerked down at the right side of the North Star goal, and Jimmy Johnson doesn't even look at the referee. He knew he'd been caught. He's gone for tripping. And Tampa Bay right back on the power play at 7:42. We'll be back with that power play in a moment. This is North Stars hockey.
The legend continues. David Carradine Stars Wednesday night at 7 on Minnesota 9. That was great, Al. I like how you did. How'd you do that?
Here's Zaminer on the power play to Tucker. Got by him. Chopped at by Matvechuk. It hit Tucker. Recovers it. And he overpassed DeMaio in the circle. DeMaio now putting it back of the net. chased by Bureau to Zaminer. His shot hit Broughton, stays in the zone. DeMaio into the corner. Now Bureau to Zaminer to Beers to Bureau to Zaminer to Beers. Wide off Ludwig. Matvichuk in the corner. He's pinned there by Bureau. DeMaio getting the puck. Back to Zaminer. Over to Beers. Shot hit the traffic. Tucker puts it in front. Clearing attempt kept in. Zaminer fires it wide. Tucker centers it. And Casey sitting in the crease. Sitting on the ice in the ice rink has got it covered, and we got Broughton mixing it up behind the net with DeMaio. That's even Steven. And we got Ludwig tangling with Bureau. And they all cool it. Casey's helmet is off, and he's doing some adjusting to it.
The life of an NHL all-star goaltender, trying to see the puck, looking around the bodies in front, up and down, getting down low to see where the shot is coming from, and then recovering quickly and sitting down just in time to cover the puck and to take a quick breather. John Casey is now taking advantage of the equipment break to get a quick rest on the penalty kill. The North Stars have been shorthanded back-to-back times here in the second period. They have not yielded a power play goal against the club who went 0 for 9 last night against the San Jose Sharks in a 5-1 thumping of the Sharks, a shark feed, if you will, here at the Tampa Bay.
In their last 7 games, the Lightning only 4 for 46 on the power play, 8.6%, and there's a shot that goes rink wide through the crease on a good scoring chance from the left side by Creighton, who has it again. Adam Creighton back to Beers. His shot kicked away to the left, and Madonna chops it and hit the traffic, but it's recovered and cleared by Barry, and the penalty time down to 45 seconds on JJ. This is Bob Beers. Lets Creighton take over. The ex-Chicago Blackhawk drives it in and goes down as he runs into Madonna. Puck comes back to the net off the traffic. Madonna chopping at it, back to the net. And we've got Condos going down as he ran into Cicconi's stick. Or Cicconi's stick ran into him. I'm not sure which it was. Puck back in the Tampa Bay zone. Beers spinning away from Madonna. Brings it in, gives it to Creighton. His shot off the crowd in front, cleared away to the far side. Kept in by the Lightning. Johnson comes on for Minnesota, and Duchesne starts out with the puck to Broughton. Into the zone, lets it go, and it's knocked down from the left circle by Jablonski, and Cole has it. Landon Cole skates it around behind, runs into Broughton, clears the center off Creighton. Duchesne has it, gives it to Broughton, now to Courtnall. Left circle, fired, that goes right up in the air. Off Jablonski, lands in the left circle, and Cole pokes it out to center. Courtnall back. Across to Ludwig. His pass off the stick of Gagne comes into the Tampa zone, and now Beers clears it. And we've got a 2-line pass called as Creighton picked it up just in front of the Tampa Bay bench. We're down to 9:39 remaining in the second period at the Expo Hall in Tampa. The North Stars have a goal on 15 chances. The Lightning have 1 on 13. Pretty close. Here's Broughton's chance.
Neil Broughton shooting across his body. Blocker saved by Jablonski. Good stop by the Tampa Bay goaltender. John Casey on the other end of the ice. Also waits on the shot and then kicks it away to his right. That thing changed directions right in front of him. Now Broughton puts it up the boards to Courtnall. Sharp angle, but a good shot that's on the net. And Jablonski gets that toe out there to just kick it way in the air. Fair catch called for and made somewhere in the circle to his left.
David Gagne in the face-off. Now the puck is fed to Chodin. Shot up off the glass. Gagne back to Johnson. Had to hurry it to keep it in. Puts it in for McPhee, but it's broken up, cleared around behind. And LaPuma plays it ahead. Casper bumped at center. Now LaPuma loses the puck, and here's Gagne moving in. Goes to the slot, gives it to McPhee, back in front, and it's deflected away. McPhee again to Johnson. The shot goes wide. And on the left side, Hartman comes up with it. Fanned on it, reaches to get it back, and had it deflected away to the left corner by Chodin. McPhee around behind, Chodin now lobbing it. And it lands at center. And here's McPhee going after it, but Bergevin there to get to it first. North Stars on a change as the pass goes to Casper. Drives it in. And Madonna back to pick it up on the left side. Skated off by Malte. And runs right into another check at the Tampa blue line as he ran into Taglianetti. They've called an offside on the play. And we'll have a face-off back outside the Tampa Bay zone. Let's have a look at this hit at the blue line here.
Maltese.
Dano is forced right off into Taglianetti, and one of his own men got caught in the middle of it. And they both went down.
Mike Modano and John Casey will be there. It is. Beautiful collector's lithographs available now. Limited edition, signed and numbered by the artist and signed by the players as well. 853-9333, just in time for the All-Star game, and they are beautiful. Now, we just saw this just for a brief second, Al, but let's tell the folks the next home game will be Thursday night at 7 o'clock when the Devils, who have new jerseys, come to town. Hockey Moms Night, brought to you by the St. Paul Pioneer Press, means a ticket, a hot dog, and a Coke is just $10.50. A terrific family deal, 989-5151. While you're there, check out the collector's lithographs. Beautiful. John Casey and Mike Modano, 853-9333, the number to call. They are something else. Handsome and soon to be, Mr. Shaver, a collector's item that will increase in value probably the moment after you buy it.
There's the score. Nobody's ahead, nobody's behind. It's 1-1. It's anybody's hockey game. 2 shots different favoring the North Stars. Dahlin is punched to the boards. DeMaio trying to fish it loose. And finally Dahlin gets away with it. Fires to Barry, and his long shot right on. And the save is made and held by Jablonski, with Churla falling in the circle to the right of the Tampa Bay goal.
Takes a lot for Shane Churla to go down, and he went down under Peter Taglianetti's stick. We'll take a look at it on the replay, but Taglianetti and Churla to the left of the goal, and Churla takes a whack and falls. That might be a little play acting on the part of Shane Churla, and referee Lance Roberts ain't buying it. Churla's on his way to the box.
So Shane Churla has gone to the North Star dressing room because his penalty is not a minor, it's a misconduct. So he's on for 10, and there's only 8:13 left in the second period. Does not affect the strength on the ice. Both teams skating 5 skaters. A goaltender. Casper facing off against Modano. The puck comes on out to center. Barry back and giving it to Craig, coming out of the zone. Makes the turn now to Modano. Lost it to Taglianetti. Taglianetti to Bureau, back to Taglianetti. Puts it in front, and it goes off the stick of Casper into the right corner. Casper behind, checked by Matvichuk. Centering pass comes up the slot, and Craig gets to it. Slipping it to Dahlin. Dahlin now to Modano. Fire, save. Craig after the rebound, can't get it. Dahlin had it, but he lost it when Bureau checked him, and it's cleared to DeMaio on the right side. He's skated off by Modano. DeMaio getting it back at center off Zamener's stick. Now DeMaio stumbles over Craig's stick, knocking the stick out of Craig's hand. It's played into the Minnesota zone, and Duchesne is back for it. Feeds it off the left wing boards to Modano. And he made that deke before crossing the line and caused an offside, with Duchesne already in the zone. Who's hot in the National Hockey League? Winnipeg is very hot. In the month of January thus far, 9 wins, no losses, 1 tie. Toronto, the North Stars' next opponent, they're hot in the month of January. To date, 8 wins in January, 3 losses, 1 tie. Who's not hot? San Jose, 0-10-1 in January. Ottawa 1-10-0 in January. Calgary, believe it or not, 1-8-2 in January. Tampa Bay 2-9-0. Hartford 2-8-1. Those are the hots and the not hots. Now the puck in the Tampa zone. This is Courtnall trying to get a shot off. He did on the backhand, and the save is made by Jablonski, who drops on it. We'll have another face-off in the Tampa zone with 6:53 to play in the second period. Let's look at it again.
Russ Courtnall is the North Stars' leading scorer. One reason is his persistence. He's wrapped up, hit, cross-checked by Hammerlick as he drives for the net, but he's still able to get a shot on goal. Just a slight cross-check by Hammerlick as he's going to the net. And Russ, who sets his goals monthly and logs them every 2 or 3 days to try and stay on pace, and he is on pace, Al, for his biggest season ever in the National Hockey League after missing 53 games last year due to injury.
On the face-off, Broughton tried a shot that goes wide to the right. That's kept in at the right point by Johnson. Or no, it wasn't, but LaPuma clears it out. And now Casper centers, Tucker fired, and that one is deflected away to the left corner. Duchesne slipping it on out to center. Courtnall giving it to Johnson, coming in, a drop back for Courtnall, but he's covered, and the puck is tipped on out to center ice by Bureau. Courtnall back for it. Trying to get away from DeMaio. Got by Ludwig, but he goes right after it and can't get to it. DeMaio firing. Casey at the post makes the save. DeMaio again puts it back to Zaminer. Knocked off his stick by Ludwig, and out comes Broughton to Courtnall. Kicked it from skate to stick, but then had it knocked off his stick by the rookie LaPuma. Tucker's pass intercepted and cleared by Duchesne, and this is LaPuma dropping it back, and it's cleared out to center ice by Bergevin. Gagne turning with it. His pass off Courtnall, and starting back comes Bergevin. Gives it to Zaminer, and Casey directs his shot away to the corner. Cleared ahead by Johnson, kept in by Taglianetti. Zaminer goes after it, but it's cleared away by Johnson to Gagne. Rink wides it. McPhee goes after it, but Zaminer tried to fire it in, and he hit the rear end of Condos with his shot. Now it's in the zone, and Ludwig drives it away. This will be icing unless Klatt gets to it first. He does. He's forced back of the net by Ramage. Klatt put it in front. Oh, good play by Klatt. But the North Stars don't get it, and Hartman starts it back to Creighton. Adam Creighton to Taglianetti. His shot hit Ciccone. Cleared by Klatt. To McPhee, to Gagne. Forced back by Hartman. Now gives it to McPhee. Stumbled away from the check by Condos. Dumps it in deep for a change. And it's Taglianetti coming from behind the Tampa Bay goal. Less than 5 minutes left in the second period. The puck is shot in by Taglianetti. Winds around behind to Casper. He takes a hit from Ludwig as he plays it back of the net. Madonna bringing it out. Lost it. Not up to it. Gives it to Craig. Craig is checked by Casper. Back of the net. Madonna put it right in front. A shot. They score! The stick is up. The goal has been waved off because the net has been twisted around off its anchoring spots.
Well,
Dolan stuck it in, but it won't count.
And I guess I'm a little bummed, of course, Al. But we'll see what happened on the play. I believe it was a Lightning player who made a pretty heads-up play to knock that net off because Madonna, swooping in, created a big chance. Craig, I mean, they're all over these guys tonight. The Tampa Bay Lightning aren't giving the Stars much open ice. You got to fight for your space. Madonna creates some, and then he's the one who bumps into the net and knocks it loose. Craig's from the point. He can't do that.
He's not allowed to do that.
Then he centers it, and well, it's Hammerlick who comes in from behind. And as Madonna crashes into the post, Hammerlick gives it a little push from behind.
You're cheating, Hodge. 4:18 to play in the period. LaPuma Bergevin. Examiner lobs it in rink wide. That's DeMaio after it. Ludwig there to cut him off at the pass. But puck goes to Bureau. Back to DeMaio. He missed it. Now gets it back from Bureau. Out to the point to Bergevin. In check. Now Ludwig battling to try to clear. It's knocked out by Madonna, who recovers it. Runs into Bergevin and goes down at the line. Puck along the boards right at the blue line. Dumped in by Dahlin. This is Craig going after it with LaPuma. LaPuma firing it around behind. Kept in by Matvichuk. Now Madonna bumping in the corner, knocking down LaPuma. They both go down. Now as Madonna tried to step over him, LaPuma tackles it. There's a Zaminer coming in. Crisscrossing with Bureau. Runs into Matvichuk, who forces him back to the net, then falls. Zaminer tied up. Dahlin getting the puck. Along the far boards. Cleared to the line, not out. Beers with a shot. It rebounds up the slot off Casey. And it's cleared to the right side by Ciccone. Craig at center. Runs into Anderson as he dumps it in. And back forward is Taglianetti. Long pass up to the center line for the Falcon. Malte taken out along the boards by Johnson. Anderson goes in. Now so does Barry. And Broughton takes over the loose disc. To Duchesne. To Courtnall. Oh, a wicked shot. And my goodness, what a save by Jablonski as he gloved that. I'll bet you Todd Ellick watching this at home, if he is, flinched when he saw Courtnall unload that one. 2:38 remaining in the second. It's tied at 1. This is North Stars hockey. B. Coors Extra Gold. No doubt about it. Beer is back. Face off in the Tampa zone, and the puck is cleared by Casper. Casey sets it up for Chodin. Casper peels away. Now comes back after Chodin. Goes to Courtnall. Look out! The pass. Oh, and they scored! It got away. Now they're waving it off again. Let's have a look. Why are they doing this? Why are they doing this?
They're going to wave it off, and I think they're going to rule that Courtnall was in the crease ahead of the puck. Or one play. Man in the crease is the official explanation.
Well, let's see if we can find out why he's in the crease. Did he go in there on his own, or was he forced in there? Here's Courtnall.
Courtnall takes a look, gets in too deep, and decides to pass it across. Dahlin is in with the puck. And
Dahlin had fallen in the crease. He was in there in his own. That's good call. Good call.
The fallen Dahlin on top of Jablonski, creating space for Gagne to shoot. And Lance Roberts, the referee behind the net. That's 2, though, that...
I wonder why Courtnall passed that. I guess he couldn't see the net. I don't think he had a good shot. Jablonski had it covered pretty well. And unfortunately, the puck was just not right when it got to Ulfie. He had to do a little finagling with it.
Dahlin saying that his play was fine. He just collided with the goaltender and he couldn't get out of there. Jablonski earlier takes a look at Russ Courtnall coming down the wing, and he knows this thing is just going to be humming. Snaps that glove out there. Tell you, he's a right-handed catcher, which gave him an edge to try and knock that one down, and he got it.
From the face-off, LaPuma drives it off the boards and down the ice. North Star still in a power play for another 1.5. Chodin worked by the check of Cole. Now to Madonna, flying, runs into Bergevin, puts it in the circle, but it's cleared away. Chodin back. Backing up against Bureau. Bureau peels off in front, then heads for the bench for relief, and here comes Courtnall. Cole pursuing him, dumps it in. It got by the defenseman Bergevin. Jablonski clears around behind. Chodin racing in for it to Dahlin. Over to Courtnall. To Madonna. Takes a shot. Covered by Tucker. Now to Chodin off his skate. Got a shot off. Went wide left. Now on the far side, Madonna after it, but it's cleared past him and down the ice by Tucker. Casey giving it to Shodin, backing up against Anderson. Pass gloved down by Matvichuk. In check from Zamaner. Leaves it for Shodin. Zamaner after him. The feed goes up the right side. Madano poking at it, and Anderson back for Tampa Bay, forced back to the goal by Klatt. Cleared around. Here's Klatt firing a shot that went wide off the traffic. Matvichuk poking at it, but Ramage gets it, can't clear. Broughton over to Madano, he scores! Call that one off, Mr. Roberts. Was that good enough for you?
I think that one's going to stick. Mike Madano, who says that in recent games he's been unlucky. Yesterday he makes a beautiful move to get loose on Kay Whitmore, has an open net and hits the post. Madano, who is actually on a small scoring streak of his own after having a tough struggle. Madano now with 11 points in his last 8 games. Counting this goal, hammers it in. Beautiful no-look feed by Neil Broughton to make it a 2-1 hockey game.
Only one assist to Broughton. Madano's 18th, and the North Stars' second power play goal of the game. Tampa Bay has the only even strength goal of the game thus far. 2-1. Minnesota, as the puck is cleared out of the North Star zone by Johnson. This is Hammerlick, forced back behind by Klatt, who stations himself in front. And the pass goes to Ramage, rink wide to Creighton, runs into Johnson, plays it in deep. Backboard comes Ludwig, Hartman there, Ludwig comes behind, passes off on the left side, and it's cleared by Broughton. Backboard comes Hammerlick, didn't eased up, so they wave the icing. Now Hammerlick tries to come out, McPhee turns him back. He feeds Ramage around behind. Guns it down the ice, hitting the glass, at the siren. That's it. 2 periods over, and the score, Minnesota 2, Tampa Bay 1. We got an interview coming up with...
Get right to it. Tomorrow's a school day. Monday, the North Stars will travel tomorrow to Toronto for a Tuesday night tilt against the Maple Leafs.
Home Thursday against Herbie Brooks and the Jersey Devils. And then Saturday against Tampa Bay. They're getting tired of each other, these teams.
Boy, they've seen each
other. A
other.
lot of games. Then right after the All-Star break, the North Stars are back here for the 4th and final time. That'll be the last meeting of the regular season between the two teams. Shirley in the penalty box completing his 10-minute misconduct. As from the face-off, the puck comes back in the Tampa zone. Bob Beers. To Taglianetti. Hit the traffic, and backboard is Beers. Of course, Craig's stick got tied up, and he lost it. He was trying to get to the puck. Now Beers clears, and the puck is brought in now by Madano. Tried to get it over to Gavin, but it's blocked. DeMaio fell, recovered, and a long shot turned away. Gavin firing. Back center ice, Ludwig. Rink wides it off the boards and in to Taglianetti, over to Beers. Now to DeMaio, broken up by Gavin, and knocks it off his stick. Taglianetti back to Beers. Casey clearing it around behind. Oh, it hit the back of the net. It's still there. Finally, Matvichuk got it. Malte missed it. And it's fed now to McPhee. McPhee to Gagne. In they come with Klatt on the right, and it's broken up, and Hammerlick backs in behind his net with the puck. Forced back by Gagne. Back comes Tucker to the left, but the feed goes to Ramage. Drives it down the ice, a race to touch up, and Matvichuk wins it to get the icing call.
Third period of North Stars hockey is brought to you by Hardee's. Are you ready for some real food? Hardee's. And by Saturn, a different kind of company, a different kind of car.
In this series so far, the North Stars 4-0 against the Lightning. On October the 3rd at Met Center, Minnesota won 2-1. November 19th here, it was 4-1 Minnesota. January 9th at Met Center, the North Stars won 6-4. And then just a few days ago on the 19th of January here was Minnesota 4, Tampa Bay 2. Stars outscoring Tampa Bay 2-1, 16-8 overall. And that's what it is right now, 2-1. Now the puck is cleared back into the Minnesota zone. There'll be no icing this time. And Ludwig behind the net clears it away from Creighton. Pulled by Johnson. In check, gives it to Broughton. Pursued by Contos. Now cuts left, got by Creighton. Dumps it in. It's blocked by LaPuma. And then cleared out by Creighton, but shot right back in by Broughton. Duchesne cleared the zone. He's onside. And this is Bergevin with the puck. The bank got by Hartman. Johnson's pass off the stick of Courtnall, chopped in by Broughton, cleared by Bergevin, lobbed by Contos, and we've got an offside call against, or is it a high stick apparently, touched the puck. We're going to have a face-off just inside the Minnesota zone. When is our next Ask the Duke?
Well, it's coming up in the middle of February. Gaetan Duchesne has been going through all the mail that he has received. It is up to the Duke to pick his own mail, and he is deciding right now on a variety of topics. The mail has been just unbelievable. Again, you can send your request to Ask the Duke, care of Met Center in Bloomington, and the Duke will answer your questions on an upcoming North Stars broadcast. It has become a nationwide phenomenon. It has appeared, Ask the Duke, in a recent article in the Sporting News last week. It got national press, and the Duke, of course, now we have to make appointments through his secretary, Al, if we want to speak to him, but that's the price for stardom.
That's right. Got to have somebody to answer all those letters when you're on the road. It's got the score! Zaminer with a long shot that glanced in off the right post, eluding Casey. And there'll be no happier guy on the Tampa Bay team than Zaminer, who has gone 29 straight games without a goal until he plunked this one in. He's played in all 4 games previously against Minnesota. This is his 5th, but he's gone 29 games without a goal until he got this one.
Should have been 30. What happens here is the puck just changes directions. Casey expects it to go to the right of the goal, and his teammates know what a drought it has been. Last night it was Adam Creighton's turn, who scored for the first time in 18 games. And tonight it's Zaminer. That is one big goal. And the Tampa Bay Lightning have it tied at 2.
For Zaminer, that'll be his 6th goal of the season. Did you catch who they gave the assists on?
Not yet, no.
Now Casper tries to come in, and he got stood up by Barry. Puck back at center. Taglianetti drives it in. Casey cuts it off. And Johnson takes it. Madonna passes through to the right. Johnson comes out with a feed to Gavin. Gavin tried to give it to Madonna, but the communication was poor, and now Beer starting back. Long shot, and Casey plays this one very cautiously, blocking it with a stick and then clamping the trapper on it.
Bob Gainey talked about the character and confidence of his team coming through a lot of difficult times recently. We've mentioned all the people out of the lineup, Darian Hatcher and Mark Tenorti, Bobby Smith, Todd Ellick, who was lost yesterday, and he really gives his team a lot of credit for playing through some very difficult times recently and keeping the win-loss total up. They hung in there yesterday against the Vancouver Canucks, who sort of turned the tide on them in the 3rd period, but the Stars hung in there to collect a 3-3 tie and 1 point against one of the best and hottest teams in the league. This now, of course, a one-day travel here to Tampa, getting in late last night and then playing tonight without some bodies that you really miss in the lineup. This is a tough one for the Stars tonight, and it is definitely showing on the ice.
Matt Tkachuk. Got by the falling Bergevin. Puts it in front. McPhee fired. It goes wide. Rebound to Klatt. Quick shot. Save. Another shot. Oh, and McPhee pulled the trigger. It goes in the right corner. Matt Tkachuk centered. Hit the man in front of the net, LaPuma. And now finally it's cleared over the glass and out of play. 16:22 left in the 3rd. 2-2.
Mike McPhee had a chance out front, and he has scored in this building before. Here's Klatt from the point, and McPhee tries to go upstairs, and he goes way upstairs. Shot from the point by Klatt is tipped downward. Jablonski gives McPhee a rebound, and I think he just put it up too high. I don't think that puck went off of Jablonski. Mike McPhee for the Minnesota North Stars, who scores goals in bunches, says his teammates.
He saw those big pads of Jablonski staring him, and he had to go over that, and he went a little too far over. Here's Cicconi's shot in the traffic in front, and it's cleared. Ciccone will skate it down. Pursued by Anderson. Leaves it for Courtnall, runs into Anderson, works by him, goes by Malte, keeps on coming. Drop pass, the shot by Duchesne, the save is made, and the rebound is cleared. Casey firing it up off the right wing towards Courtnall again. Back to Ciccone, around to Barry. Beats Duchesne, a quick drop to Broughton. His pass goes to Courtnall, had a turn back. Broughton would have been offside, dumps it in. Bergevin to Malte, quick steer right, Tucker head manning, Bureau in to Malte, forced back of the goal by Johnson, sticking with him. Malte has it still. De Beers, a shot off Casey to his left. Chopped around behind on the boards. DeMaio went down, and the puck is cleared ahead by Modano as he bumped in the corner with Bureau, and now we've got an offside against Tampa Bay. We have 15-12 left in the third. The score tied at 2. This is North Stars hockey.
A locomotive, and he's able to just leap by those tall buildings in a single bound. Look at him go. Look at him go.
Now from the face-off, Johnson rink wides it at center. Dolan has it uncontrolled. Tried to come in, but got tied up at the blue line by Beers. Now the puck comes into the zone, and Taglianetti feeds Zaminer. The Bureau, he was taken out by Ludwig, and then when DeMaio brought it in, Bureau is offside. Bureau had a big night here last night. He was picked as the #1 star of the game against San Jose in the Lightning's 5-1 win. He had 3 points, 2 goals, and an assist. Jablonski, the goaltender, was the second star, stopping 37 of 38 shots for a save percentage of .973. And Brian Bradley, who's up tonight with a shoulder injury, was the third star with 2 points, both assists. He had assists on both of Bureau's goals, which were both resulted from part of a new line. He was playing with Bradley for the first time with Bureau, but Bradley unable to go tonight because of the shoulder. Now the puck cleared out of the Minnesota zone by Matvichuk, gloved by Hammerlick, played back in. Matvichuk, chased by DeMaio, tried to clear, but it hit Bureau. Now Matvichuk getting it again and letting Gagne come out. His pass deflected back in the zone by Hammerlick. Matvichuk forced back, chased by Bureau. Around behind. Matvichuk flattened along the boards on a hit by Bureau as the puck is played back in the Tampa zone. This is Hammerlick. And clears it back in the net as McPhee was pursuing him. Now Cole getting it from Ramage. Over to Hammerlick. Fires it in. Casey clearing back the net. Ludwig giving it to Gagne. His pass blocked by Cotto. This is Cole, the shot. Casey juggled it and then grabbed it as it glanced away from his glove the first time. But he held it. And they'll face it off in the Minnesota zone. The zone.
Johnny has looked sharper. North Stars trying to clear this one. This isn't his fault. Cole with a beautiful play on the turnaround as Gagne tries to feed that puck up the slot. And Cole from Canos. Canos set up the first Tampa Bay Lightning goal. Bob Gainey trying to get him going. Come on, boys. Come on, boys.
They're tired, Ralphie. You can see it. They're just not moving like this. Brayton and Bruck. Johnson to Ludwig. Up to Duchesne. To Broughton. Plays it in. Courtnall in check. And the puck comes out to center off Del Puma. Johnson to Ludwig. To Johnson. Courtnall. Oh, nice tip by Cole to pick it up to Broughton, but it's cleared away from him, and Cole puts it out to center. It hit Courtnall. He plays it by Cole, picks it up, plays it by Creighton, but This time he doesn't get lucky. Cole brings it in and falls. It's cleared to center. Courtnall had it but lost it, and now Cole has it again, and he fires it in. Casey with the cutoff for Johnson as both teams change on the fly. 13 minutes remaining in regulation time. The long pass at center from Madonna, dumped back in by Taglianetti after intercepting. Johnson to Ciccone, up the wing to Gavin. Gavin to Madonna. Madonna was tied up. He lets Churla take it over. He plays it in, but it's offside. And we're down to 12 minutes and 49 seconds. The absence of Brian Bradley has got to hurt this team a little bit. He leads the Lightning in goals with 32. He's tied with Tucker for the lead in assists with 27. He leads in points with 59. He leads in game-winning goals with 5. He leads in power play goals with 13. He leads in shots on goal with 130, and he's got the highest shooting average on the team. 32 goals on 130 shots. That's 24.6%. And all of that is out of the lineup tonight. So that's got to help the North Stars and hurt Tampa Bay a little bit. Now the puck cleared around behind the Tampa goal. It's centered right in front, and Beers clears it away, and here comes Tucker. Tucker runs into traffic, leaves it, and it's brought back to then Anderson feeding it to Malte. He's jammed by Ciccone. The puck comes to Madonna. A quick relay to Gavin. Long shot steered away by Jablonski. Gavin after it. Couldn't make contact as he ran into Taglianetti. Churla crashes into the boards as he grazed Tucker. Now Churla has the puck in the circle. In deep, now turns back, round behind. Madonna will chase it. Beers after him. Madonna retreats, lost it, turns to get it. Beers catches up to him. Malte digs it out, fanned on it, and Tucker has it. He skated off by Churla, and the puck turns over to Johnson. Now over on the far side, a shot by Klatt is gloved and held by Jablonski. Klatt got that one away after stumbling a bit, but it wasn't as great a shot as he'd like to have, and he would like to have that one over. It's all even at 2. 11:41 remaining. This is North Stars hockey.
3-3, the number to call. You'll also get lots of other good stuff when you purchase the Great One 6-pack. It's a great deal.
Gagne and DeMaio. They haven't changed that assist of Gagne's yet, I suppose, have they?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Well, it'll be his 200th for the North Stars when they do. If they do. Now Ramage around behind. Overskated by Bureau. He comes back to get it. Long pass gloved down and cleared back into the zone by Klatt. Ramage will get to it first to get the icing call as Klatt played it from his own side of the center line.
And now we have just received the official confirmation that they have changed it on the score sheet, Al. It now reads
Wonderful.
It now reads Dolan from Gagne and Madonna. Dave Gagne will be there. You should too. The Stars have a couple of home games coming up next week. Thursday night against the Devils is Hockey Moms Night. Ticket, hot dog, and a Coke, $10.50, brought to you by the St. Paul Pioneer Press. And then on Saturday night, January 30th, that's this Saturday, it's Upper Deck Commemorative Sheet Night. All fans in attendance will receive an Upper Deck commemorative card sheet featuring 6 North Stars hockey players. 989-5151, the number to call for that game and any other upcoming North Stars hockey game.
Broughton and DeMaio. Son of a gun, we'll have big fun on the bayou. Broughton, Duchesne tried to center. Nice play, Bergevin sprawled to block, and now it's cleared. We'll have an icing call when Ludwig gets to it.
What a nice play by Mark Bergevin to dive and break up that centering attempt. Gaetan Duchesne had men coming with him. Last night, it happened. Finally, it happened to the Tampa Bay Lightning. They got a win for the first time since December 20th. And Mark Bergevin, the defenseman who slides to break this up, number 25, said after the game, well, we're not going to order the rings yet or have a parade downtown, but boy, did we need that win against the San Jose Sharks last night. And now doing his part to keep the North Stars from winning for the 5th time in 5 tries this regular season, Mark Bergevin, the Tampa Bay Lightning defenseman who was an original 3rd-round draft choice of the Chicago Blackhawks, in '83, and he played with the Islanders, the Whalers, before signing as a free agent with Tampa this summer.
Broughton and Casper this time. Courtnall dropping it back. Matt Pachek to Barry. Ooh, through the traffic. It got through and went wide left, and here comes Creighton with Cole. Broken up by Courtnall. Dug out from behind. Broughton fed a pass, and it got by Duchesne, and Bergevin is there. Icing called. 10:40 left in regulation time. Terry Crisp trying to inspire his troops to bigger and better things. Make it 2 wins in a row here. I like that tie. I'm still trying to figure out what's on there.
But you're a guy who doesn't like to wear
I
ties.
think it's an old jigsaw puzzle or something. He just pasted the pieces on his tie.
Tell me your theory again, because people who weren't listening to the radio yesterday didn't hear it. But your theory, Al, about why not wear a necktie?
You should never wear a necktie because you have a starch collar or tight collar, and you do the tie up, it pushes the collar up against your neck. It cuts off the carotid arteries. The blood can't flow quickly through the arteries. The cholesterol in the blood collects on the arteries, and you get a stroke. You know, never wear a necktie. Look, see, I got this. See, just thinking about it, our producer down the truck is gagging to death.
That's why men have more strokes than women, according to your theory.
That's right, absolutely. As I said last night, it has not as yet been proven.
No.
But we have laboratories and scientists all over the world working on that theory.
Round the clock.
Yes. And now this is Mr. Dolan. Save made. Down goes Jablonski. And they've got it covered at the right post.
Jablonski somehow had his ankles tied together on that one. I don't know what happened, but he fell. He just tripped and fell against the net, and he got his foot stuck in a rut, or maybe his laces were too tight or something. Wolfe, look at his toes when the way he controls a puck. He points his toes outward, and Jablonski just whoop, and he falls. Got to have a little help covering up there. Jablonski's turned in a solid night. The Stars have had 27 shots against him. He's made 25 saves.
Made a lot last night, too. Dono and Bureau. Dolan getting it back to Ciccone. Save, rebound there. And loose puck, scramble, and Creighton comes away with it. He's got Tucker to his right. Drop past Tucker, mishandled it, recovers it, plays it in deep. Ciccone now off the glass, blocked by Beers, kept in, played deep. Ciccone trying to get away from Creighton, leaves it drop in the corner, and Tucker took out Madonna. The puck at the point, kept in. Taglianetti's shot is wide. Madonna gives it a lob. Drops. Beers back. Anderson in the corner. Checked by Ludwig. Madonna coming back. Backhands it out. It's blocked now by Ramage. Fires it back in from his own side of center. Who'll get to it first? Johnson does. And we got icing, and we're down to 9:20 left now.
North Stars will come back here and play the final game February 11th, and not very long after that, 42 days from today, is D-Day for the word on the long-awaited, still uncertain Tampa Coliseum project, an 18,500-seat indoor sports palace to be built alongside Tampa Stadium where the Bucks play. On March 7th, the Lightning will know if construction will begin shortly or if they will have to go elsewhere, and financing has been a problem for that project since the beginning, Al. But they say if that one does not come through, the leading candidate for the home of the Tampa Bay Lightning will be the Florida Suncoast Dome. That earlier witnessed 25,000 fans for an exhibition game last season, and so they know they can put a lot of people inside of that thing. They say they're going to go broke if they have to have 10,000 people watch a hockey game every night. That's the capacity here.
Well, in other words, they need some fast action.
Yep.
Gagne will take the draw with DeMaio. DeMaio is trying to keep himself from being tossed out of the faceoff, but you know what good that's going to do. Let's see what Bureau can do. McPhee back to the point. It comes on out to center. Ludwig dumps it in, glove down and cleared by DeMaio. Bureau after it, but McPhee is there and plays it out. Ramage. Right on. Turned aside. DeMaio getting it. Runs into Barry. Following in is the Maltese Falcon. He's in the slot. He took a shot. That hit Ludwig. Loose puck, and Ludwig comes up with it. Tried to dump it in and hit the traffic at the line. Maltese pass picked off. Fed to the right by Klatt. It comes in the zone, and Hammerlick turning with it. Up to Anderson. He lost it when a shot hit Courtnall. Dug out and shot in by Duchesne. Hammerlick. A bank for Hartman. He took a hit there from Barry, and the Stars start back. Broughton runs into Anderson. Hammerlick's clearing attempt. Comes to Duchesne, to Broughton. Battling with Creighton. Big difference in size there. Drop to Courtnall, puts it in front. Here's Duchesne, backhand shot, wide. Duchesne again, trying to get it to Courtnall, but it's deflected away by Bergevin as they both fall. And back comes Hartman. He runs into Barry, long shot blocked by Casey and cleared to center. Duchesne ran into a check at the blue line as he skated into Bergevin. The puck is cleared, no icing. They wave it off, and Ludwig brings it back to Casey. Tucker across, the pass to Courtnall. Rink wide, and a bad pass from Modano. He couldn't get it off the boards. We got a delayed penalty coming. Shot in by Tucker. The delayed penalty is called. We're going to have a power play coming up for the North Stars. They've played 12:29 of the third. They're tied at 2, and this is North Stars hockey.
Up there against those Bulldogs.
Doogie and Woogie. And that man's there because he's slashed at 12:29, and the North Stars are on the power play for the 6th time. They're 1 for 5. Pardon me, 2 for 5. Both of their goals on power plays. Both Tampa Bay goals at even strength. Shodin picked up by Casper. Drives it in. Modano round behind Dolan. Off the board, Shodin charging in. Put it in the corner. Got by Taglianetti. Dolan to Craig. Down behind, Taglianetti gets it. Can't clear. Shodin kept it in. His shot hit Casper. Shodin got it back to Dolan. Checked by Beers. Dolan working it free. Put it in the slot. Cole clears it away. Gagne there. To Modano. Popped up off his stick, but he gets control. Gives it to Gagne. Beside the net, Dolan. Back to Modano, blast, it goes off a stick and wide right. Dolan trying to put it in front. Craig has it. Back to Shodin. He tees it up. Hit the traffic. Cole can't clear. Knocked down by Modano. Fed to Craig. In deep for Dolan. Puts it in front. Casper gets it. Comes the corner, loses it to Dolan. Back of the net. Taglianetti getting it. Dolan checking him, and Taglianetti drops to his knees. And we'll have a face-off. What's he doing, praying?
Must be. Please give us 2 wins in a row. Please give us 2 wins in a row. In a North Stars jersey for 16 games before being traded with Larry Murphy to Pittsburgh to get Jimmy Johnson and Chris Dahlquist, who is now no longer with us. Mike Modano sees that puck hop his stick, then throws it deep. Gagne keeping it in, keeping the pressure on, keeping it low, trying to get something going back out to Mike Modano. That puck changes directions, and then a stuff attempt by Dolan is thwarted. Back to Tommy, who's trying to show Dean the way to go home. I just thought of that now. And then back to the point, Modano keeping it in. You know, if he'd have got a goal, then it would have been show Dean the way to go home.
Showed it. What do you think, Bob?
Would love to get out of here.
Bureau and Modano. dismiss Bureau. Turn it off. Thank you. O'Donnell to Shodin. O'Donnell. Portnall. Sherla. O'Donnell. Shodin. Save. Rebound. Oh, Portnall was there, but the rookie, the Puma, cleared it away. Madonna put it in the slot, and Bureau intercepts and clears. 5 seconds in the penalty. Tucker comes on, and now even strength. 5:27 left. Regulation. It's 2-2. North Stars have not won or lost in overtime this year. Played into the Tampa zone. The Puma around behind. Matvacek can't keep it in. Jammed from behind by Hartman. He got whacked by Churla. Now Hartman and Matvacek still battling as the puck comes in, and it's cleared by Bergevin. Played back in by Johnson. Cleared by LaPuma. Never got to Creighton. In comes McPhee. Passes off. Gagne wide. Clap. Hit the traffic. Back to Ludwig. Right on the line. His shot blocked and cleared by Condos. Broken up at center by Johnson, who dumps it back in, and Bergevin has it. A lob. Gloved down by JJ and fed to Ludwig. Over the head of LaPuma. The rookie plays it up the wall, and it comes out, and here's Johnson back for it. Zaminer chasing. The pass off the boards got by Ludwig, but he gets it back from Ramage. His pass hit Zaminer. Ludwig cleared to center. Madonna couldn't get to it, and Ramage dumps it in. Zaminer will pick this one off. No, he lost it. It got by him, and Ramage gives it back to him at center. Zaminer puts it in. 4 minutes left. Casey clearing it away, and it got by Craig. He picks it up off the boards, though. Fed it to center. Bureau's long shot blocked by Casey, but we've got an offside call against Tampa Bay. We're down to 3:54 in regulation time, and a face-off in the neutral zone.
There's a man who played in the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament, and the section finals are coming to Met Center. The dates and times are right there. If you need tickets or more information, call 853-9300. Sections 6, 5, and 1 playing at Met Center. Great high school hockey action. If you've been there before, you'll want to come again, and if you've never been there, you'll want to be there. He has been there. It's about every level of hockey in the state, every conceivable plateau and award, including a United States gold medal. 2 times to the Stanley Cup Finals. Not yet a Stanley Cup trophy in his cabinet. I would suspect that he would like to be there. This guy has not played in the State High School Hockey Tournament.
I like the jacket, though.
That's Usher number 6, and there's the back of what one of those jackets looks like.
A very important person.
Yeah.
Very important person. You don't get that unless you're important. You know, that VIP on the back there.
There's one heck of a hockey player for you.
Plus 18. Tucker the draw to Bergevin. Gave it to LaPuma and gets it back. To LaPuma again. A high pass. Tucker gloves it down, clears it out, picks it up. He's got Anderson with him. Casey held the post. Anderson after it in the corner, chased by Duchesne. And the pass picked off, cleared around behind by Ciccone. Now head to center, flat to Broughton, to Duchesne, trying to go around Bergevin. Into the corner, puts it in front, and Broughton's shot hit a stick. And it's cleared out to center ice. Good chance there for Broughton. Ciccone across to Barry. Plays it back in. The Puma clearing it off the board. Creighton firing it ahead. And now Cole puts it in too far for Creighton, and Ludwig clears to center. Taglianetti plays it back in. Creighton after Johnson, but it's cleared, and Beers has it. Beers to Taglianetti, back to Beers. Cole dumping it in. Casey dumping it for Johnson. Chased back to the net by Condos. Off the boards, and we'll have an icing call here. Ramage back. And they'll put it back in the Minnesota zone for the faceoff with 2:39 remaining in regulation time. Looking at the possibilities of overtime, the North Stars in overtime are now 0-0-7. They've tied all of their overtime games. Minnesota has against LA, Edmonton, Hartford, St. Louis, Detroit, the New York Rangers, and yesterday against Vancouver. Tampa Bay in overtime has done a little better. They're 2-3-2. They have a 6-5 win over the New York Islanders on a goal by Crossman, and a 5-4 win over San Jose on a goal by Tucker. They've lost 3 in overtime, 5-4 to Buffalo on a goal by Bob Sweeney, 3-2 to Calgary on a goal by Joe Olato, and 4-3 to Edmonton on a goal by Craig Simpson.
They have not played an overtime game here, however, Al, in this building in front of their home fans this season. This would be the first.
Face off to Casey's left. Casey playing his 4th game against Tampa Bay. He's 3-0-0 against them. 4 goals in 180 minutes on 93 shots. His goals against average against Tampa Bay 1.33. His save percentage against them 956. The 4 goals he gave up prior to tonight included 3 at even strength, 1 on a power play, and both goals that have beaten Casey tonight were scored at even strength. Lee looks to his left for the faceoff, matching Condos and McPhee, and it comes back to Ramage. His shot hit the traffic. McPhee recovers and sends Gagne on his way. To Klatt. Plays it high, and it winds up in the opposite corner. McPhee after it, checked by Condos. Now he runs into Ramage, plays it back to net. McPhee trying to center, chopped at by Gagne, and now it's cleared away by Creighton, and here comes Condos as Klatt and Ramage got tied up in front. Puck comes loose. Gagne's pass to Klatt is a 2-liner, and they'll go back for a face-off. Ramage knocking down Klatt, and then trying to avoid falling over him, I think. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Absolutely, with a guy like Rammer, who the North Stars knew when he was there as one of the class acts in the league, but Lance Roberts is asking him what he did, and Ramage said, well, I didn't really mean to do anything, and he goes, okay. All right, okay.
Mugging.
It looks like, you know, that Kung Fu show is going to be premiering here on 9 and Wednesday. Kung Fu, the legend continues. Maybe they could use that little shot in there of Rob Ramage using his opponent's weight against him to wrestle him down to the ice.
We've got something for you. Wednesday night at 7, a master of the old way and a tough cop with his own ways team up in the world premiere of Kung Fu. The legend continues. David Carradine stars Wednesday night at 7 on Minnesota 9. Kung Fu.
Did you ever watch that show? The old Kung Fu?
Yeah, I think I watched that. Came out with another fungus food, didn't it? Now Taglianetti takes a hit from Churla as he rings it around behind. Nehemiah, here comes DeMaio, and he goes down as he ran into Churla, and they got tangled up on the ice. The puck at center. Gavin one-on-one with Taglianetti. He overpasses Madonna. Gets it back. Fires. Save. Rebound. Where is it? Pierce is after it. And he has it. And he clears it. Barry knocks it down. He got knocked down by Zaminer. And now here's a shot. And Casey the save. Puck comes back to the right of his goal. It's shot around behind the net. Zaminer trying to put it in front. It comes loose, and Churla starts the play back. This is Matvechuk. He lost it when he ran into Taglianetti, and it's played back in by Bureau. This is Barry with the puck. Now a feed up the left side to his off wing. Portnoy goes right. Lost it as he got tangled up with Tucker, and now the puck deflects over the glass and out of play. We're a minute and 1 second away from sudden death play.
What a wild and ragged and woolly and hard-hitting minute or two of hockey this has been, and the third period has gotten even rougher. Tampa Bay comes up with a couple of big opportunities to score. Shot, Casey with a save. It's knocked down in front. Casey hustles back to that right post to make sure that the Lightning can't put it in. But I'll tell you, There's a wild finish to this one, Al.
Shot in by Ludwig. We're into the final minute, and the puck is cleared, not out by LaPuma. This is Broughton after it with Bergevin, and Bergevin takes him. Duchesne follows in. He's checked by Tucker, who falls. Courtnall gives it to Duchesne. Back of the net. Sticking with him, Tucker. Now look at that elbow. LaPuma elbows Broughton, and he cross-checks him down, and Roberts is looking right at it. He's not calling anything. How do you digest those whistles? Now here's Courtnall. Shot save, rebound. Oh, and he put it up high over the net. Bergevin scrambling to clear. Ludwig keeps it in. Tipped ahead by Duchesne. And we've got a Tampa Bay player down. Trapping the puck along the boards is Tucker. Let's stop play. Face-off in the Tampa Bay zone with 10.5 seconds remaining.
Well, yesterday we had maybe the worst officiating display we've seen all year with Fraser. But at the end of the game, Roberts just refuses to call anything in the third period. And for Neil Broughton to get upset enough to try and throw a cross-check at LaPuma, you know something went amiss. Here's the setup for Courtnall. One, bang, two. Oh, he tried to pick that corner.
I wonder if that one hit the pipe.
Just missed. Gainey wants to get out of here so badly with 2 points. He can taste it. It's 2-2. They're going to have to do it in overtime. I think maybe even right now he'd settle with getting out of here with the 1 point, Al.
He's got a tired bunch of players, but they've hung in there in battle, and they have had the chances. They've had 33 shots for 2 goals, and Tampa Bay has 26 shots for 2 goals. Turn it off. Flat shot. Hit the traffic. Beers. A bank. Casey. And we're going into overtime, folks. It's all tied at 2 as regulation time comes to an end. And we'll have 5 minutes or less of sudden death play. This grounds
The fair.
the State Fair. They have the State Fair down here in January because it's too hot the rest of the year.
Yeah.
State Fair time.
It'll be here when we're back.
Yeah, we're going to go on the Ferris wheel.
Yeah, you and me.
Round and round. They had the little swan ride today. Now Madonna from the face-off rips it. Rebound. Craig has it, but he is off balance as he's tied up by Beers. Fell. Now Dolan. He got jammed along the boards there by Bureau. Craig again. Turns fired. That was blocked by Beers. Kept in by Ludwig. Madonna tried to get it to Craig. It's cleared to the line. Kept in by Johnson. Centered by Dolan, but it got by Craig, and now back comes Bureau. Bureau tried to fire it in, but Ludwig blocks it. And his pass got by Madonna. Taglianetti gives it a lift. And back for Johnson, icing called. Face-off in the Tampa Bay zone. 50 seconds have expired in the overtime.
Bob Gainey's philosophy normally put the offensive line out there the first shift or the second shift, try and get something going, as they did on that chance with Madonna and Craig. Madonna right off the face-off comes in, snaps one off, and Jablonski's able to get enough of his body on it to keep it out of the reach of Mike Craig. Bob Gainey, after a couple of minutes, normally will keep the checkers on the ice and take the 1 point on the road, get out of here, and move on to Toronto. Yes?
Face-off in the Tampa Bay zone to the right.
What?
4:10 left in sudden death overtime. Gagne is out there for Minnesota. Take the face-off, and Casper will oppose him. The puck is down. It's poked back in the corner. This is Ramage. Platt after him, gives him a shot. Now McPhee keeping it in. Platt goes after with Gagne, and as Platt comes out with it, Ramage pursues. Here's Platt, nice move, backhand shot. Oh, and the save, and Casper brings it around behind. Up to Creighton. Bounces it in off to the right. And Casey clearing to Platt. Can't get it out. Hammerlick kept it in, but flubbed his shot. And McPhee plays it up, but right to Hammerlick. Rinkweids it in. Barry back to the net. Tucker chasing. The feed goes to Matvichuk. Now out to center, too far for Broughton, and it's picked up in the neutral zone. Played back in. And Courtnall has it as DeMaio went down. Courtnall had it knocked off his stick by Bureau. Fed to DeMaio, left circle, closing right in front. Oh, and Casey dropped at the post as Bureau had a chance to bury it and failed to do so. Played back into the Tampa zone. LaPuma rings it around on the left. Bureau chasing it at center, but it's poked away from him. This is LaPuma again, dumping it in. A one-hopper could have been trouble. Casey cautiously. Johnson trying to clear. Kept in by Malte. He runs into Johnson. Malte goes down. Johnson trying to kick a pass, but Zaminer puts it in the slot. Wheeling and dealing, Tucker fired it wide. In the corner, Malte, chased by Ludwig, back of the net, wrap around attempt is blocked. Malte went down, and now a lob backhander by Courtnall comes back in the Tampa Bay zone, and this is Taglianetti. Up to Tucker. He missed it. Madonna will try to go, and he trips over Zaminer, who went down. And the shot now by Tucker, dropped by Casey. Loose puck. Fed to Zaminer, and his shot is blocked by Madonna. Oh, loosey-goosey. Here's Madonna. Madonna in the slot. He's offside.
Yeah.
He made a little move before he crossed the line, and as a result, Dalton went in too early. Oh, my goodness gracious, man alive.
What are we watching? What is this? On the other end of the ice, Casey, normally sure-handed, takes a look at the shot coming from the blue line. He'll glove it. Looks like he's just going to hang on, get the whistle, and yeah, we're just going to have a whistle here and everything. It's going to be fine. I've decided now to hang on to the puck. He's looking in his glove, and it's right there. Tucker following his own shot almost ends this game. Barry's there to help back up Case, and oh my goodness. Loosey-goosey out.
Yeah, sure it is.
Bob Gainey saying, please, can we get out of here with 1 point? Please, just move on. And
we've got 2:04 remaining in the overtime. Creighton will take the face-off with Gagne. Creighton scored in the first period of last night's 5 win by Tampa over San Jose. That ended a 17-game scoreless streak for Creighton. Now the puck is played in by Barry, cleared out. Creighton poking it ahead, and backcourt comes Matvichuk. Matvichuk's got an ice pack strapped to his back. Now the puck is fed up the left side to Gagne to McPhee. Poke checked off his stick. McPhee plays it back at center. Barry to Matvichuk. Is that an ice pack? What is it? Looks like he's got something strapped on his back there to help his back. He has had some back problems this year. Now the puck is cleared into the penalty box. And that'll cost the Lightning a face-off to the right of their goal.
Minnesota North Stars will leave tomorrow and go to Toronto for a game Tuesday night with the Maple Leafs. Stars beat Toronto last time at Maple Leaf Gardens 5-1 after being thumped the night before. And this one is going to be a big game at this point in the season. It will be on MSC Tuesday night at 6:30. Join Doug McLeod and Gopher coach Doug Wook for all the action. And Al, the Toronto Maple Leafs 53 points, Minnesota 55 going into tonight.
This is the North Stars game in hand. They're even in games after tonight.
Stars, if they hang on to the tie, will be 3 points ahead of Tampa, or Toronto, with equal number of games played. And that will set up, in any case, one heck of a hockey game Tuesday night. It's the Stars' busiest month, 15 games in the month of January.
Broughton is out there for Minnesota to take the face-off. He's got Duchesne and Courtnall with him. They've got Ludwig and Johnson. A minute 22 remaining. The opposition for Broughton on the draw will be Steve Casper. Wayne Bonney set to face it off, and the puck comes loose. Duchesne playing it around behind Taglianetti to the left corner. Cleared ahead by DeMaio. Johnson racing in to keep it in. Puts it back in the corner. Taglianetti clearing off the glove of Duchesne out to center. Johnson over to Ludwig. He plays it right back in. And it's cleared, but not out. Here's Duchesne, had it knocked off his stick as he kept in the clearing attempt by Beers. Now Duchesne behind the net, tied up by DeMaio. Broughton circling back, gets the puck. Broughton trying to get somebody open in front, gives it to Courtnall, whips a shot right on, pad save, in the slot, Broughton fired, that hit DeMaio, who chases it in the left corner and clears it all the way down the ice. We'll have another icing call as we're down to the final 30 seconds, 29 and 3/10 left, and they'll face it off back in the Tampa Bay zone, this time to the left of Pat Jablonski.
More consistent pressure in the overtime by the North Stars. And in that series, they got one good shot. It was a sharp angle shot by Courtnall. And also the spinning shot by Broughton high in the slot. But the Stars have really taken the battle to the Tampa Bay Lightning. In fact, the defensemen have come in to keep the puck in instead of peeling back right away like sometimes they do. The Stars believe that they can win this game over the Lightning. Had a couple of goals disallowed in the second period. Still a pretty defensive posture for Bob Gainey, with Johnson and Ludwig staying on the ice.
Those guys have got to be tired.
Oh my.
So many injuries lately, and not a lot of depth to fall back on. Burrell has not seen, I don't think he's seen any ice time, has he, since the first period?
He has not.
Okay, the face-off, Gagne and Casper, and Beers has it in the corner. Clears to the line, batted down by Johnson, but now it squirts out. Head rink wide by Gagne, back in the zone, cleared by Tucker. Now this is Casper, bouncing off Ludwig's check, but Gagne brings the puck back of his net. 11 seconds left, it's cleared to center, dumped back in by Bureau. Casey will handle it, leaves it there for Johnson. We're going to have a split in points, folks, and it ends up 2-2, and each team takes a point. Well, the North Stars pick up 2 of a possible 4 points. They don't lose, they don't win in the 2 weekend games. A point against Vancouver, a point here tonight. And it was a good weekend for the Tampa Bay Lightning. They had a 2-point win here last night, a tie tonight, so they go home with 3 out of a possible 4 points in the weekend, and it looks like they have turned around that slump they were in earlier in the month. So both teams got to be a little bit happy to get this one out of the way. And we'll be back with more from the Expo Hall on the Florida State Fairgrounds in Tampa in just a moment. This is North Stars hockey. Tied 2-2, Minnesota 2 power play goals, the Lightning 2 even strength goals. Minnesota outshoots Tampa 36-30, but it ends in a 2-2 split. For Ralph Strandus and Doug McLeod and our entire Minnesota North Stars television crew here in Tampa, Florida, good night, everybody.